Just tell it like it is.
Okay, so let me try and do that. When the Christian boarding school first came into existence here in America, the motto and the driving force behind it was to kill the Indian and save the man. And that is a part of the stigma that a lot of tribes, a lot of Native Americans, and especially traditional Native Americans, carry against schools like us. Our school is not about killing the Indian. It's not about killing what is native in the kids. It is about healing them. It is about claiming their identity, their culture, their faith, their themselves. I was molested by one of my stepdads for a year and a half, maybe 2 years before I even knew anything. Even before I was afraid that my mom was gonna be mad at me, that it was my fault for not saying anything, or my fault for pretending I was sleeping every time. You know, I was raped by my older cousin, and I remember telling him that he was hurting me, and he said he was getting me ready to be an adult. And so what that told me was being an adult hurts. And it's something that you just have to deal with. It's something that just happens. It's gonna happen all through your life. You're going to hurt. People are going to hurt you. They're going to use your body for themselves for the rest of your life. And that was my reality.
Giovanna, what are you feeling right now?
I feel sick. I feel like people shouldn't have to go through this. I know that these kids live in this right now. I know that when I go into the dorm and I talk to those girls and I tell them about who I am and where I came from, I can see it on their faces that they're in it right now. And when we call CPS because somebody's stepdad is sexually abusing them and CPS does nothing about it, or the tribe does nothing about it, and they still have to go home to that, and they have to stay with their mom who blames them for their stepdad having to leave or having to go to jail, it makes me sick. They shouldn't have to go through this. And if they have to go through this, it shouldn't be normal. They shouldn't feel like this is just the way it is. And this is the way it's always gonna be, and that's what you just have to accept.
I don't want to be stuck on the res, because once you're on the res, you stay on the res. And I want to start something new. The one thing my grandpa taught me is that God's there for you. You just keep looking forward, don't look backwards. That's why I came to Holbrook, and Holbrook's been my home. When I'm riding horses, it just feels amazing because it's silent, it's peaceful. The only thing you can hear is just the birds chirping and the breeze on the leaves. I feel more myself. I mean, I conquered my fears on riding horses and stuff. And I have no reason to be scared of a horse because they're just horses.
When I run, it feels like home to me. I just like the smell of the trees, and I like the feeling of the dirt. My brothers, they drink and they smoke. I don't like that. So I try to get away from it as possible. I decided I wanted to come to Holbrook, and when I got there, I noticed it was different. I noticed the kids there were a lot more different. They weren't so mean or so irritating. The teachers too, they were really different. They didn't seem so mean, or they just seemed calm and nice. They really helped you with all your stuff, your education. I believe that this school provided more than just 100%. And I like that, and it's awesome.
I've seen kids come in here and trust no one. I've seen them come in here addicted to anything that you can be addicted to, anything they can get their hands on, anything that numbs. I've seen them come in here homeless. We've had kids come in here and stay in the dorms because they're too afraid to go home. And I've seen them change from that. There are people who may want to see numbers. They want to see how many people were baptized that year. But there is more when a kid learns to trust somebody, or when they're being abused at home, or someone's yelling and they can call me, or they can call the pastor, or they can call a teacher and they can say, "Come pick me up, I'm scared." That's worth it. Because they have nobody before that. When I look back at my life, I love my experience here, and it's where I changed. And then I changed more in college. And then I changed more when I came back to school here. And I can tell you, I am still living my dream. I'm living it.